Ayan. So we're given that y times the quantity 1 minus xy dx plus x dy is equal to 0. Okay, so this is some integrating factor. So first, we need to test for exactness. And let's get the partial derivative of m with respect to y. Kaya lang, so this one I will distribute y. So this will be y minus xy squared. So that will be equal to 1. Derivative of y is 1 minus 2xy. And then the partial derivative of n with respect to x. So that's equal to 1. So therefore, it is non-exact. Since these two partial derivatives are not equal. Okay, so let's get the difference. So the partial derivative of m with respect to y minus the partial derivative of n with respect to x. So that's 1 minus 2xy minus 1. And we can cancel that. So we'll have negative 2xy. Ayan, class. So what should we divide? Or what case is this one? What case is this under? So which one should we divide? Two. Case 2, so that means we'll divide m or n. M. O sige. So if we will divide negative 2xy over y times 1 minus xy, we'll cancel y. So we'll have negative 2x over 1 minus x squared. So, okay, no, it's not. Because we have two variables, that's x and y. So, dapat isa lang ang matitirang variable. Okay, may suggestion si Lawrence, case 3 daw. Okay, ano ba yung form ng case 3 natin? Di ba yung form ng case 3 natin ay, yun yung merong, ano? Teka, i-open ko. Yun na ba? So, anong meron sa case 3 natin? So, sa case 3, ay class, tingnan ninyo. Kung case 1 yan, at i-divide natin ng n, ito, kung i-divide natin ito, so dapat ang matitira ay puro x. Imagine, kung i-divide natin to ng n, makakancel yung x. So, magiging siyang negative 2y. So, hindi pa rin din pwede. Kasi dapat, pag ginawa natin, dinivide natin to ng n, purely x yung matitira. Okay? Pag case 2 naman, so pag case 2, ayan, dinivide naman natin ay m na ginawa natin. So dapat ang matitira lang ay puro y. Kaya lang, dinivide nga natin, nagkaroon naman ng xy. Ayan. Or kung mawawala man yung y doon, or yung isa dito, so dapat purely y pa din. So hindi talaga siya pwedeng case 2. Okay. So yung case 3 naman natin, o tignan ninyo. Ayan. So, di ba, pwede tayong mag-factor ng y at saka x doon. So, pwede nating ilabas yung y at saka yung x. Tama ba? Ayan. So, pwede tayong mag-factor. So, that means pwede siyang under case 3. Ayan. So, kung case 3 siya, yung integrating na factor natin is a combination of xy. So, that's equal to 1 over x times m minus y times n. Okay, so therefore that's equal to 1 over x times, what's m? So y times 1 minus xy. Okay, minus all over y times x. Okay, so let's simplify. So the integrating factor natin ay equal siya sa 1 over, so let's distribute this. So xy minus x squared y squared minus xy. So we can cancel this. So that means our integrating factor is equal to negative 1 over x squared y squared. Ayan. Any question? Okay. So having that integrating factor, let's go back to our initial problem. Ayan. So that means, let's multiply that. So let me copy the original equation. Let's multiply it by negative 1 over x squared y squared. Right. So that's equal to, okay, class, let's distribute this again. Right, so let's distribute this again. So this will be y minus xy squared. Ayan. So ito, multiply this one. So we'll have negative quantity. Cancel yung isang y. So 1 over x squared y plus 1 over x. Tama ba? Cancel yung y squared. So tsaka yung isang x. Ayan. Dx plus, hindi pala, minus 1 over, cancel yung isang x, x y squared dy is equal to 0. Okay? Question? Naglalag ba? Parang. Not sure what's happening with my net again. Okay? So, after multiplying the integrating factor, so let's test again for exactness. So, let's get the partial derivative of m with respect to y. Ayan. So, paano natin di-derive ito? So, di-derive natin ito na ilalabas ko yung 1. Okay, so di-derive natin yung y raised to negative 1. So, times negative y raised to negative 2. Or if you'll simplify this, so this is 1 over x squared y squared. And the partial derivative of n with respect to x, so ilalabas ko yung 1 over y squared, and then i-derive ko yung, itataas ko to, x raised to negative 1. So negative x raised to negative 2. Cancel. So I'll have 1 over x squared y squared. So this time it is exact. Okay. So since exact na yung equation, so anong method ang gagamitin natin? Okay, grouping na lang, no? Grouping method. Okay, grouping. So I will distribute dx and dy. So that's negative dx over x squared y plus dx over x minus dy over xy squared. It's equal to 0. And then we integrate each term. Ayan. So how will we integrate this? So I will bring out 1 over y because that is a constant. And then, okay, tatas ko na lang yung negative 2, ayan, x raised to negative 2. So that's equal to x raised to negative 1 over 1. Okay? Plus, so this is ln of x minus, so ilalabas ko yung 1 over x. Ayan. So ito din ay magiging y negative 2 dy. Y raised to negative 2 dy. So that will be y raised to negative 1 over negative 1. Ayan. So let's just try to simplify. So this is cancelled. So that's 1 over xy plus ln of x plus, cancel din ito, 1 over xy. Ayan. So let's try to group. So may kamukha ba to? Yes. So that will be 1 over xy plus ln of x is equal to c. So this is our general solution. Ayan. Okay, any question? Okay, wala question? Or else we'll proceed to our next example. Ayan. So, we are given this differential equation and we want to find the general solution of this one. Okay, so first is we need to test if it's exact or not. So let's get the partial derivative of m with respect to y. Okay, so the partial derivative of cosine x, since cosine x is a constant, so it is 0. Ayan. And then the partial derivative of n with respect to x, so that means this whole term is a constant. And then derivative nito is cosine x. Okay, so question, ano ang difference niya? So let's get the difference of these two partial derivative. So that's equal to 0 minus 1 plus 2y, 2 over y cosine x. So the difference is, ayan, so negative 1 plus 2 over y cosine x. So having this difference of the partial derivatives, so what do you think is the case of this example? So which case is under it? Hindi ko nabasa. Case number 2. So hindi divide natin ay yung n. So since it's case 2, so the partial derivatives over m. So that's equal to negative 1 plus 2 over y cosine x all over cosine x. So cancel. So we'll have negative 1 plus 2 over y. So to get the integrating factor, so that means it's case 2, it's y. So that's e raised to the negative of the integral of negative 1 plus 2 over y dy. So we can cancel that. So therefore, that's e times the integral of 1 plus 2 over y dy. Now get the integral. Okay, so the integral of 1 dy, so that's y, plus the integral of 2 over y, so that's 2 ln of y. Ayan. So paano natin ito i-simplify? So let's use some properties of power. So that means the integrating factor is also equal to, didistribute natin ito, so that's e raised to y plus e raised to ln of y squared. So ito ay pwede nating isulat na e raised to y plus ln of y squared. It's a property ng logarithm. Ayan. So that, ay ba't plus? Times pala. Times. Hindi pala siya plus, times. Ayan. So that means we can simplify this. So therefore, the integrating factor is y squared e raised to y. Ayan. Okay, let me copy the original equation. and multiply it by y squared e raised to y. Okay, so therefore, this is, let's distribute that. So that will be y squared e raised to y cosine x dx plus distribute ko lang ito dito. Quantity y squared e raised to y plus 2y e raised to y. Tama ba? Kakancel yung isang y. Ayan. Times sin x dy is equal to 0. Okay, so let's get the partial derivative. So the partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to, okay class, so let me copy cosine x because that's a constant. And then dito ay magpa-product rule tayo. So product rule, you copy this as y squared, then derive e raised to y. Then plus, you copy e raised to y and you derive y squared. So that's 2y. Yeah. Okay, so partial derivative of n with respect to x, so that's equal to, so this time I will copy this kasi purely y siya, so y squared e raised to y plus 2y e raised to y, and then derivative of sine is cosine x. Are they the same? Yes. Yeah, okay, so therefore, they are now exact. Ayan. Okay, so now this time you choose. So what method should we be using? The long method or grouping? Okay, so you select. I'll follow you. So which one should you want us to do? Are you more into integration or more into differentiation? Lawrence, Troy, anong iniiwasan mo? Iniiwasan mo bang i-integrate ito? Pwede naman, Brian. Pwede naman. See, we can do both. We can do both. Sige. So, simulan naman natin sa by grouping. No? So, by grouping. Medyo mahaba-haba itong integration. Okay. So, i-distribute muna natin. So, therefore, this is y squared e raised to y cosine x dx plus y squared e raised to y sine x dy plus 2y e raised to y sine x dy is equal to 0. And we integrate each term. Okay? For this one, wala tayong problema. Okay? So, that means this y squared and e raised to y is a constant. So, all we need to do is integrate cosine x. So, that means we'll have y squared e raised to y sine x. Ayan. Plus. Dito, medyo mahaba-habang konti. Okay, let me get another paper. So, I have to integrate y squared e raised to y sine x dy. So, that means yung sine x natin is a constant. All we need to do is integrate y squared e raised to y dy. Ayan. So, how will we integrate this term? So, we'll be using integration by parts. Kaya lang may shorter method yung tabular method. Okay? So, yung tabular method. Paano ba yung sa tabular method? So we'll have the sine and then u and dv. So if you're not familiar with tabular method, you can use by parts. Yung liate, i-apply nyo na lang. Pero pag ganyan kasi, since meron tayong algebraic and an exponential, so pasok naman siya under tabular method. So di ba pag sa sine, and then this one is the algebraic, and then this is the exponential for dv. So review lang natin. So, gagawin nyo, unahin nyo siya dito sa u. Derive nyo siya ng derive hanggang mag-0 siya. So, it is 2y, 2, and 0. Tama ba? And then, ito, integrate nyo ng integrate hanggang kung saan nag-0 to. So, it's e raised to y, e raised to y, e raised to y. And then, ito, nag-flip yung sign. And then, all you need to do is multiply this sign with this and then this. So, papunta dito. Then ito. Yeah. Kaya lang, Erwin, meron lang kasing condition yung tabular method. So, dapat, meron kang algebraic. Una, yung condition lang is meron kang algebraic na pag inulit-ulit mo siyang dinerive, mapapa-zero mo siya. So that's the first condition. Tama? Kaya kung y raised to negative 2 yan, hindi siya po pwede. So dapat pag derive mo siya ng derive, dapat mapapa-zero mo siya. And next is dapat, 5 lang ang pwede. Sine, cosine, hyperbolic sine, hyperbolic cosine, and exponential. So, yan lang yung pasok sa tabular method. So, yung 5 yan, kasamang isang algebraic na pag inulit-ulit mo siyang dinerive, mapapa-zero mo siya. Pero kung hindi siya pwede, hindi rin siya pwede sa tabular method. Kung hindi, magba-by parts ka, gagamit ka ng liate in choosing the u and dv. Tama ba? Yeah, u and dv. Okay? Okay. So, ano ba yung using tabular method? So, therefore, the integral is equal to y squared e raised to y minus 2y e raised to y plus 2e raised to y. Ayan. Okay, so ito, multiply nyo dito and then multiply nyo dito. Multiply. Ayan. Okay. Next, let's go to the next term na i-derive natin. Ay, integrate pala. So this is the integral of 2y e raised to y sine x dy. And again, ilalabas ko yung 2 and sine x, the integral of y e raised to y dy. Ayan. Okay, so this one is another example of, it's a tabular method again. So, copy na lang natin sa sine u and dv. So, we'll have plus, but this time it's just y, and then e raised to y. So, ito derive nyo muna. So, that's 1 and then 0. So, integrate nyo to, e raised to y, and then negative, positive. So, multiply this. Ayan. So, therefore, the integral is y e raised to y minus e raised to y. Okay, my question? Napahaba yung example na to. Ayan. Okay, so let's write the integration now, the integral now. So, kukunin ko yung dito. So, that's y squared e raised to y sine x. Ayan. Plus, okay, ito, multiply ko ng sine x. Nakalimutan ko. Multiply pa rin natin to ng sine x. And this one, multiply natin siya ng 2 sine x. Ayan. So, let's distribute that one. So, y squared e raised to y sine x minus 2y e raised to y sine x plus 2 e raised to y sine x. And then, plus nga ba? Okay, plus naman. Plus y e raised to y 2 sine x minus e raised to y 2 sine x. Ayan. So, meron ba tayong makakancel? Meron ba? Ito. Okay, so ito ay opposite yung sign, so we can cancel. Meron pa ba? Ito. Tama ba? Ito. Okay, maka-cancel din ito. Kasi opposite yung sign. So therefore, ito ba yung magkamukha? Yeah. So therefore, ang sagot natin ay y squared e raised to y sine x is equal to c. Ayan. Yeah. May question ba kayo? Ay class yung una kasi nating mga examples ay, di ba nagka-copy tayo? Doon kasi pareho yung mga terms natin. So ito medyo iba kasi pareho sila ng term pero iba sila ng sign. Pag gano'n na nangyari sa grouping, kinakancel natin sila. So example dito, ito at saka ito, kinancel natin kasi cancelable naman talaga sila. Tama ba yung term ko? Pwede naman talaga silang i-cancel kasi opposite sign sila. Ito rin, pwede silang i-cancel kasi opposite sign sila. Pero, kung hindi sila opposite sign at pareho sila, di ba kinakopy natin sila? O ibang case, pag opposite yung sign. Pag opposite sign, ika-cancel mo sila para nag-negate sila sa isa't isa. Okay? And ang natira is ito, pareho sila. And then, so we just copy it. Nakakabal. Normally, students are just struggling to the integration. But yung process kasi, given naman yon, sinusundan lang naman natin yung process. Yun sa integration lang naman talaga, doon nagkakaroon ng konting problema. Kasi lalo kung hindi kayo masyadong sanay sa mga madaming mga ganyan, mga term, sometimes it takes an experience sa mga pagsusolve ng integral. Lalo sa case ninyo, medyo namahinga kayo ng one step sa calculus. So that's why I understand na medyo mag-iisip muna kayo in case makakita kayo ng something na i-integrate, which is normal. Troy, may sasabihin ka ba, Troy? Okay, so you want us to do the long method? Or we'll stick with this one? Ano ba yung nakakabaliw, Shamey? Ito ba? Actually, madali pa yan. Hindi pa, nagtatabular pa tayo. What if hindi tayo nagtatabular? Tama, Troy. Yeah. Lalo yung by parts is a trial and error. Trial and error talaga siya. Kahit naman ako, hindi ko naman laging na-hit na one time yung yung by parts. tinatry ko munang isipin. Tapos minsan hindi talaga pwede. Ulitin ko na naman. Okay, paano malalaman kung need mo ng by parts? Normally, meron siyang mga combination ng terms. Like exponential with algebraic. Ayan. Or ito. So ito yung mga una. Ito kasi ay pinasimpleng version ng tabular for this case. Ayan. Pag halimbawa, meron kang e raised to y exponential plus trigo. Okay? Exponential plus trigo o kaya logarithm plus trigo or logarithm plus algebraic. Or minsan, even, if I'm not mistaken, even second cube yata. Binabay part siya. Tama ba ako? Second cube. Parang ganon. Oo. Pwede din po ba kung wala kang makancel sa let you? By parts ba yan, Erwin? Okay, kasi kung nagle-let you, normally that is algebraic substitution or trigo sub. Kasi yung tatlong yon, by parts, trigo sub, and algebra sub, you can use them in a single problem. But I don't like algebraic sub. I prefer trigo sub than algebraic sub. So yung tatlong yon, if I remember it, nagpa-test ako before ng isang problem. Pinasolve ko siya in 3 ways. By parts, trigo sub, and algebraic sub. Yes. Or may algebraic ka, let's say x ln x. Example, x ln x. Ayan. Wala kang choice. By parts. Na. Di ba pipili ka ng u and then dv and then in-derive mo to and then integrate mo yon. And then yung formula, uv minus the integral of v du. Bawa dito, pipili ka ng u at saka dv. Siyempre may dx yan. U dv. And then derive mo to, integrate mo to. And then use this formula. Magdalawang method na tayo sa example natin yan. Okay. Parang feeling ko lang Feeling ko, mas madali siya sa long method. Ayoko kasi nag-i-integrate. Pero favorite ko integral. Okay, so let's go back to the given. So yan na yung given natin. So let's have the other solution. Ayan. Okay. So we have checked the exactness. So we found that this is an exact equation. So ang gagawin nyo na is we will integrate. Now you select which one should we integrate? M or N? Siyempre ako sa M ako, di ba? Madali yan i-integrate. Di ba? Tama ba? Madali yan i-integrate. So, y squared, e raised to y, cosine x dx plus g of y. So, integrate natin. So, ang integral niya is y squared, e raised to y, sine x plus g of y. Okay, now this is our f of x. So we derive. So get the partial derivative of the function with respect to y. Kaya lang, ang sin x natin ay ilalabas ko kasi magpa-product rule tayo. So this one is y squared e raised to y plus e raised to y times 2y plus g of y prime. And then, equate na natin. Equate. So distribute ko na to. So y squared e raised to y sin x plus 2y e raised to y plus g of y prime is equal to, we copy this one. Distribute natin sin x. Y squared e raised to y plus sin x plus 2y e raised to y sin x. Wait, nawawala yung sin. Nawawala yung sin x ko dito. Ayan. Then we cancel. Cancel. Ayan. So, ang g of y prime natin ay 0. So, find g of y. So, therefore, g of y is 0. And then we substitute that dito. So, therefore, y squared e raised to y sin x is equal to c. So, this is our general solution. Okay, so, ay, sorry. Ayan. Kinuha na g of y, inequate natin siya sa n. So, na-cancel lahat, natira sa g of y prime is 0. So, integrate natin yan, this is 0. And then we substitute this dito, na ito lang. So, therefore, since 0 yan, equate na natin siya sa c. That's why I told you na meron din namang advantage yung long method. Di ba kung mahirap i-integrate yung isa, edi wag mo i-integrate. Yes. Tama ka, Lawrence. Tama ka, Troy. Kaya nga kung hindi mo gustong masyadong nag-i-integrate, doon ka sa long method. Kasi may choice ka na hindi mo i-integrate yung part na yon. Unlike sa grouping, wala kang choice kung hindi i-integrate mo talaga lahat. Tama ba? Kaya nag-iisip ko rin minsan, ano bang mas maganda? Ayoko mag-integrate. So, edi sa long method ako. Okay, so my question. Zelmark, yeah, yes. Okay. Napost ko na ba yung iba? Okay. Okay, so let's have I think we can have one more. Okay, let's try this one. If it will fit. Ah. Number 3. Okay, so let's have this one. Ayan. Okay, so we're given x cubed y cubed plus 1 dx plus, ay, mali, x to the fourth. X to the fourth y squared dy. So x to the fourth y squared dy. Okay, so let's test for exactness. So the partial derivative of m with respect to y. So that will be 3 x cubed y squared, and the partial derivative of n with respect to x. So that's a 4x cubed y squared. So therefore, it is non-exact. Ayan. Okay, so let's get the difference. So the partial derivative of n with respect to y. And then, ayan. So that's equal to 3x cubed y squared minus 4x cubed y squared. So the answer is negative x cubed y squared. Tama ba? Okay, so which one should we... Anong case siya? Okay, so di-divide natin ay n. So that one is a case 1. So case 1, di-divide ko ng diretso. So negative x cubed y squared over x to the 4th y squared. So that's equal to, we can cancel. So that's negative 1 over x. Ayan. So to get the integrating factors, that's equal to e raised to the integral of negative 1 over x dx. Or that's equal to e raised to negative ln of x. Or this is e raised to ln of x raised to negative 1. So cancel. So the answer is x raised to negative 1 or 1 over x. Ayan. So knowing our integrating factor, so let's multiply it to our equation. Okay, multiply it by 1 over x. Ayan. So that's equal to this one. So x squared y cubed plus 1 over x dx plus x cubed y squared dy is equal to 0. Now let's test again. Okay, so let's test the partial derivative of m with respect to y. So that's equal to 3x squared y squared plus 0. And then the partial derivative of n with respect to x. That's 3x squared y squared. So this time, the equation is exact. Ayan. So syempre, madali na dito ang grouping. So by grouping, okay, so x squared y cubed dx plus dx over x plus x cubed y squared dy is equal to 0. So when we integrate each term, so this one will be y cubed times x cubed over 3 plus ln of x plus x cubed y cubed over 3. Ayan. So ito at saka ito ay equal sila. So we'll just copy x cubed y cubed over 3 plus, siyempre walang kasama yung ln of x, then equate it to c. And then we'll just multiply it by 3. Yeah. So x cubed y cubed plus 3 ln of x is equal to c. So this is our general solution. So that's our general solution. Okay, so mas madali ito compared sa pangalawa. Okay, so do you have any questions? So kung wala kayong questions, so that's it for our lesson. And then do not forget